Okay, we are going to go through how to create a market report in Prospect Square. So we're going to start off in Desk, mycvdesk.com. I know there's that Realogy site floating out there, but this is the most agent friendly. We're going to go right into Prospect Square. If you're unable to find the tile, you may be able to add the app here or scroll through and show all at the bottom or show less. You can see here, add an app as well. If you're really having difficulty finding it, you can go over to filter, and in here we can type in Prospect Square, or type in part of it and it will pop right up. So I'm going to go ahead and go into Prospect Square. Yours will take you straight in. Mine does make me toggle in as an agent because I am an employee. So you won't have clients for life just yet. So we're going to ignore that piece of it. Do make sure that your profile is profusely complete. Everything is in there, all of your social media for business, all of your contact information. Now we're going to go over here to report on the side menu, and we're going to select market report. Once we select market report, you're going to see that I have several market reports already in my queue. You can see back from 2018, and it is still running. It just went out on Saturday. So we can see those are still running. You'll also see in the queue, you do have the ability to edit, delete, preview, and resend. The name of your report is here. I can look at them in the order they were made. I can look at them by name. Search criteria, I can view the properties, which contact is receiving it. Did I copy myself? Has the contact unsubscribed? When was it initially created, and when was the last email sent? So you can see this one here in particular. The last email was sent in May because that did have an expiration date on it. So I will show you how to do that. You will not see, as you do with the area report, there is a preview and share button with the area and the quarterly reports. You will not see that with the market report because this is a little more fine-tuned. It's not a county, it's not a zip code. It needs you to tell it which area to include. So if we're going to hit that new button right there in the middle, and I'm going to go ahead and put in some information. So I'm going to do a Rumsey Island market report. For those that don't know, that's in Joppa. Not to be confused with Joppa Town, but it is to the side of Joppa Town. So I have a buyer who's looking and they only want that specific area, or I have a seller and they're very interested in their particular subdivision. I can search. So I will give you a hint. There is a little arrow up here. I'm going to click on that to make the screen larger so that we can all see it. Also so that my ADHD doesn't go in overdrive. Right here, I can search a radius of an address or an MLS number. So let's say they want to be close to a certain place. We can put that information in here. We can add, we want active under contract. Do we want closed? Maybe I only want closed for the past 30 days. Maybe I only want closed up to 500,000. Do I want to do cancel? Do I want to include expired, on hold, withdrawn, those types of things? Pending, again, you can determine how far back. This is all information that you would have to determine what you want to include. It does vary agent to agent. List price and property type, fill that information out. I do always like to include residential. And you'll see a lot of these when you click on them, although they don't have the little arrows. If you click on them, it will give you options to choose from. This person does want a fee simple home, detached, or end row townhouse. So it really depends. If this person's looking in Rumsey Island, I can tell you from experience, there are detached, there are also townhomes on Rumsey Island. So I'm just going to leave that one. Or actually, we can go through and choose both of those. Style, doesn't care. Property type, again, doesn't matter to this person. You can add additional information, the county. You'll see here we can go through. The more I type, the more I'm going to get what I need. So this is in Harford County. I can put in the zip code. I can put in the city if I need to. Now, right here, there's a question mark next to the count. You do have to have 200 or fewer items in this particular screen to make the report run. It won't run otherwise. So the more information we put in here, the better off we are. So at least two bedrooms, at least 2 full baths this person's looking for. Now, if I hit this count button, that's when it's going to give me. So here I have 40 items. So we can take some of this information out if we want. You'll see we took that out. We went from 40 to 49. We're looking again in this particular area, so we don't want to change that. We're looking for pending, maybe in the last 3 months. We can look for closed properties in the last 3 months. Don't really want to send them anything that's off the market. Again, completely up to you, just for the sake of this one. We're not going to select any of these. We're just going to take all of them. Excuse me, I want to show all of the active under contract, excuse me, AKA contingent. And then we'll go ahead and give that a count. You'll see we got up to 91. If this is the information that we want to send, we can do a search, or maybe we just want to take this number out. Let's do a count and see what that does. So it only brought us to 95. I'm going to go ahead and do the search. That's going to automatically pull those results up for me. So here you're going to see a lot of those results. I'm going to get photo views. I can do a list view if I want. And that's fine. That works. So I'm going to hit OK. When I hit OK, you're going to see, and I'll probably make it a little smaller there. All of that is going to be auto-filled. Again, I can go in and edit that information. Excuse me, anytime I want. You'll see that it did save that information for me. Again, I can go and do that search, and now you'll see it's going to bring up all of those properties for me. I'm going to hit OK. And then I have to add my contact. If they're not already in the system, I can add them here. I can browse all contacts in the system. Or if you're like me, I'm not lazy, I'm efficient. I like to just type their name in. So you can see here I have all of my various aliases and emails. But I'm going to go ahead and put my email address in there. The display titles, so anywhere that you see the little info bubbles with the question mark, you will see that report title directly under market report. So I'm just going to say Rumsey Island. Just sorry about that. That's where that goes, right under there. And I did it again. Might need some coffee. There we go. Email frequency. If I only want to create it and I don't want to send it just yet, but I want to have it right there at my fingertips when I need it, I can do that. Let's say I have time now. I know I'm going to talk to Angie later. I want to have this ready to go, or just simply ready for edits. I can do that. If I have an investor that says, hey, I want you to send this to me every single day, I can do that. I can send it once a week, once every other week, every 3 weeks, every month, every 60 days, 90, and up to quarterly. For this sake, I'm just going to select every 7 days. This person is a buyer. If you have a seller, a prospect, or an investor, you're able to add them as well. Do I want to copy agent on report? I always say, if you hear nothing else that I tell you, and all of the time we work together, this one is important, unless you want to have a lot of emails in your inbox unnecessarily. So this little info button here is going to let you know that if you select yes, the user is you are the user, will automatically receive an email for every client set up to receive the report. Choose this option when creating a market report, as it's typically customized for a specific client. If no is selected, the user, you, the agent, will not receive an email when the report is sent. Now, I tell you nicely, if I'm only setting this up for one person, I definitely am probably going to want to send it to myself as well. I am a big fan of knowing what I'm sending when I set it up automatically, because I will forget. I do the same thing with all drip marketing. I always send it to myself, so that I don't have to fake it until I make it when the client calls me and says, hey, I got your email, and I have no idea what they're talking about. I will caution you, if you select yes and you send this report to 200 people, excuse me, to 200 people up here in the contacts, you will receive 200 individual emails in your inbox. So I caution you to only copy yourself on the report if you are sending to 5 people or fewer. Also, maximum number of listings per email. You can go up to 200. You can keep that down to 100. Here I only had 95, so 100 is probably a good number. Yes, I'm going to hide the automated market value. If they need that, if they need any kind of market value information, they need to contact me directly. Here's where I was talking about that expiration date. Maybe I'm talking to somebody and I only want them to receive this report until the end of the year. At that time, maybe they will reach out to me and say, hey, I'm not getting this report from you anymore. Why am I not getting it? You can always set it back up for them to receive it. Initial email subject line, and is usually report name from contact to contact. Not a great example as I'm sending it to myself. And the subject line in the follow-up is the same. It will be from you to your client. If you would like to give a small introduction description, you can. So we can say Rumsey Island homes for sale. Now I'm going to preview this. I've gotten all the way down to the bottom. I can see there isn't anywhere else to go. I'm going to go ahead and preview. Anytime that you are ever able to preview something, please do it. So you'll see here I have a beautiful photo, market report, Rumsey Island. I could put for Rumsey Island if I wanted to. And then Dear Angie has a blurb here, sincerely from you. And then Rumsey Island homes for sale. Not sure why my photo's not coming up, but you'll see, as I mentioned earlier, it's important to have a robust profile. They can click on all of these. They will either go to my business social media or they will go to Coldwell Banker's social media. I don't do Pinterest. It's the black hole for me of the internet. So I'd gladly send them to Coldwell Banker if they can see all the pretty pictures. Yours will also have realty here as well, because you are licensed in Maryland. And then here we have that market snapshot. So we can see the for sale data, the pending data, all of the sold information. We have all of the little colored flags that let us know where those properties are. We can see the average, high, and low for the for sale data, pending and sold as well as a market snapshot, some graphs, some charts. Here we have all of the information. If you are like me, I'm going to scroll on by until I get to all of the pretty pictures. So here is where they do have the ability to go in and look at all of the properties. They can get all of the data as it is presented on the MLS, so they can click through. Maybe you've sent it to someone and they're like, oh my gosh, this is my neighbor. It's only been on the market for a day. They can click on the photo. They can go through and they can look at all the pictures. There's actually a little button down here that they can start it and actually go through, and it will go through for them. I'm hands off the machine right now. It's just kind of working for me. And again, they can always pick that back up and go through it as needed. They can reach out to you if they want to see anything. They can print it out as a PDF. And again, they can go through all of the things that are here. They can see the prices. They can see if they're active under contract, maybe reach out to you to say, what does that mean? If they want to view property details, they can either click on the property or again, just click on those property details. Again, they can view as a PDF. if that's something that they may want to print out and keep so that they can give you a call, they can do that. You'll see here it gives them a nice, all of your information is attached to that as well. Again, I promise you will have realty there. And you'll see as we go through, it's just giving them all of the information for that particular area. So I did put in Rumsey Island, and I'm noticing that I do have a lot of houses that are not Rumsey Island. So I'm going to go back and I'm going to edit this information. And what I failed to do, and I did this purposely, I do have a lot of agents that do this. They come back and they're like, well, wait a minute, I put in all the information, I'm not getting that specific area. So that's where you definitely want to put in a radius from an address. So that's where you might want to put in a person's house. So let's say we'll just do Neptune Drive, and maybe I want to do a mile away. Cannot find that location. Oh, there it is on the map right there. So now we can see it's mapped it out for us. Here is Rumsey Island right here. That's another reason why I use it, because it's very distinct in its in what it looks like. And then I can go ahead and say, yes, save that, hit OK. Now it's returned less than the minimum of 5 properties. So that's my, I might get a little frustrated on that, but there is another option. When you come into this, you can also clear it. We can go to the edit field, and probably my favorite way to search is the map search. This is going to work the same way that the MLS is going to work. Yours will drop you directly in Maryland. Mine likes to drop me in New Jersey. So we're going to kind of go down the way here. We're going to keep going. I see Delaware. Okay. So yours will drop you in your area. Let's just go ahead and drop right down in here. All right, so I'm going to click the little polygon search. It's just my favorite way to search. Let's see if it's going to, it's not going to let me move. Sometimes there we go. So I'm going to click the button. I'm going to let it be really, really large. I'm going to kind of go out just a little bit. And here you'll see, there it is. I found it. So I'm going to do my polygon, and I'm just going to kind of draw around Rumsey Island. I can do terrain if I want to. I can do satellite, really up to you. And then when I'm done with that map search, I can give that a name. So I'm going to call that Rumsey Island 2, just because I already have one in here. I'm going to say OK. Oh, now it wants me to select an area for the map search again. So mine does get a little wonky sometimes because I am an employee. I don't think it really wants me to do this, but we're going to make it work. All right. So I already have one in there that is saved. Once you have drawn that out and you get that saved, you're able to put that in there. And again, the polygon is going to work for you much better than it works for me, because it does put me in New Jersey. Here you're going to see, again, it put something weird in there. So we're going to go in one more time. I'm going to make this work for me. We're going to go in and go down through New Jersey. And there isn't really a way to put a starting reference point. I wish that there was. They generally will start you, like I said, in Maryland, close to where you need to be. Aha, I see APG. We're going to go in. And I don't mind at all, because sometimes it does just take a couple of tries to get some of these tools to work. So now here I can find Rumsey Island very easily. Again, you'll see why I always choose that, not just because I grew up there, but it's very distinct on the map. I can get my little polygon tool here, and I can say I just want to go from the water over to Shore Drive. I'm going to go all the way down Town Center. I'm going to kind of circumvent back into the water because I know Rumsey Island Bridge is here on Bridge Drive. How about that? And then this is where I want to be. So I'm going to give that a name that I'm going to call Rumsey Island. Real one. And I'm going to say okay. So apparently it doesn't like my, oh, here we go. I have to say okay to naming it. And then I'm going to hit okay. And again, you can go in, you can change the information. Maybe I don't want canceled, expired, on hold. Maybe I want to change how far back that's going to go. Maybe I want to leave that at 180. Maybe I want to show people, you know, what closed before and how is that reflected on today. And then I'm going to hit okay. Once I have the information in that I want, again, I'm going to preview. Always preview to make sure that it got what you wanted. And here you'll see there's that map that I was looking for. So here I have the map. It's a specific subdivision. It is only including properties in this specific subdivision. Now you'll notice I added this street here, although it's not part of the actual what used to be an island. It is considered part of Rumsey Island. So that's also where you're showing your expertise in the area. Make sure that you're including everything in that subdivision. And again, I can go through and look at the statistics, look at all of the different things that are for sale in this area. We can see it's a waterfront area. So lots of different waterfront properties that are available. And you'll see down at the bottom, I like to point out as well, you do have your lovely disclaimer there, and they can click to unsubscribe. So you are compliant with everything you need. And then once you are done, you can save and send. Your report will process. It will be emailed to the recipients, and they will receive it based on the time that you selected, which just means if you selected for them to get it every day, every 7 days, every 14 days, that is how the system is going to send it out. So you can see that it's already created it from the time that I started. It will send it out shortly. Again, I can edit, delete, preview, resend. Let's say they say, oh, I didn't get that. I can resend it, not a problem. And that is how you create a market report. Until then, I'll see you in the next one.